Hey everybody, welcome to Enliven Wellness. My name is Tessa Gurley and I am honored to be here. So, did you know that you can still get better substantially even if you're still living in a moldy environment? Let me tell you 3 ways and 3 reasons why this is possible. First of all, thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to all the Enliveners out there. My beautiful growing family of Enliveners, I love you so much. And thank you to all my one-on-ones. I love you so much. Shout out to Fanny, shout out to, oh my gosh, all my babes, all the people that I've been working with, and Amanda, and just all the people coming in, Derek, I love you all so much. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe down below. Hit the bell so that you get notified anytime I go live or anytime I make a new video. And join us for YouTube Live every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard. We go live and we have a whole crew, and I usually have a topic, but we also talk about kind of whatever you need. And sorry, there's like a stray cat walking outside my window. Sorry, I was a little distracted there. Anyway, so thank you so much again for being here. Now let's get to it. So, there are 3 reasons why you can still substantially get better, even if you're living in a moldy environment. And let me preface this by saying, and I cannot say this enough, you are never going to live a mold-free life. It is not possible. There are higher counts of toxic mold outside my front door than there are inside my house. So when I open my door, toxic mold flies in. Like, you cannot live a mold-free life. And I know that might sound scary, but it's actually quite freeing, because you don't need to live in a bubble. It's not possible. I'm not saying that mold isn't a problem and that you shouldn't think about remediation. Yes, all of these things can be very helpful and necessary sometimes, but you can still get very well if you're still exposed to mold in your home or workplace. Okay, yes, it might be a little bit more difficult and it might take a little bit more work, but you can still get better. This is why. Number 1 is because biotoxin illness and SIRS and everything starts in your brain. Everything. Okay, it's all in here. Okay, so you have this thing in your brain called the amygdala. And the amygdala is the fear center. It's like the guy that goes, burp, 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 danger, danger, I sense a threat, I sense a threat, I sense a threat. And then it signals the hypothalamus and the HPA axis, hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. This is responsible for your body's fight, flight, or freeze response. So, amygdala goes, biotoxin. Whatever that toxin may be, it goes, burp, 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 threat. Signals the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. And then it sets off the whole cascade of the fight, flight, or freeze responses. Okay? All the things, like your pupils will constrict. Blood flows from your organs to your extremities so that you can run from the tiger or the threat. And then, my cat's jumping up here, so if the camera gets knocked around, I'm sorry, it's because Meta is involved. But essentially, it elicits that entire hormonal cascade and physiological response that says, we are under threat. This means that you are not in a process of recovery, and you are in a process of now what's called chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammatory response syndrome. Do you see the connection? So, when that stress response is triggered, that's when the infamous HLA-DR genetic expression is also triggered. And when HLA-DR is triggered, there is an increase in chronic inflammatory responses. Now, does everybody get it? Okay, so biotoxin, amygdala, fear, fear, threat, threat. HPA axis, go into chronic fight, flight, or freeze. trigger all of your symptoms. Guys, this is at the root of all your symptoms. Pound this into your head. Okay, this chronic fight, flight, or freeze, chronic inflammation is at the root of all of your symptoms and everything that you're suffering from. The good and the best news is there is a free technique that you can do to turn off chronic inflammation. Most of my followers will already know, but in case you're new, meditation, particularly mindfulness. They have shown that mindfulness meditation reverses DNA changes that trigger the stress response. HLA-DR, amongst others. They've also, that study was released last year. It shows that mindfulness literally reverses those DNA changes that trigger stress. It also showed that mindfulness reduced levels of pro-inflammatory genes. That is the HLA-DR and all the others that cause all of your problems. Mindfulness turns those off, down, turns the volume down. This means that you are going to have a faster recovery from illness. Okay? They've also shown extensively that mindfulness benefits inflammatory disorders. Extensively, all over the biomedical research. So, reason number one why you can get better even when you're in a moldy environment is because you have the ultimate control by up here. You can chill out your nervous system by doing mindful meditation for at least 10 minutes a day. Okay, you can, the kind of golden number is 20 minutes a day for mindfulness meditation. Now I suggest, and I teach mindful breathing, I teach mindful listening, I teach a ton of different techniques, and I don't have as many listed on these videos as I need to, but my viewers are asking for it, so that will be coming. But practice mindfulness, thing number one, and you will be healing yourself while you're still living in the moldy environment or working in the moldy environment. Seriously, it's legit. Okay, so that's thing number one. Thing number two is that you have this thing called epigenetics, which are all the other factors that can contribute to the expression of pro-inflammatory genes and to the expression of any gene for that matter. And these epigenetic factors determine how and what genes are expressed. Got it? Now, the epigenetic factors that I'm talking about are, yes, environment, but you also have diet, exercise, your mental state, your relationships, your sleep, your all of these different things that you just do in your daily life and that you have in your daily life. These all contribute to the expression of genes or not. It's not just the environment. AKA, it's not just the mold that's playing a factor in your symptoms. So if you can tighten up and clean up these other areas like your sleep hygiene, like your exercise, like your relationships, like the joy in your life, like especially your diet, okay? Like this will make the mold less of an issue because the mold is only one factor that's making you sick. One. Okay? It's not the only thing. So if you can tighten up and clean up these other areas, there is less of a chance of that mold to be a problem for you. Yay. So that's reason number two, is because you have control over multiple other epigenetic factors. Okay? Thing number three is that there are simple solutions that you can do and that are taught on this channel that will help you heal yourself. Things like, let's see, let me go down the list. You can get an air filter, like the IQ Air. I'll provide a promo code down below to get you 5% off if you're interested. So IQ air filter, superb. You know, get your vents cleaned. You can get somebody to come in, get your vents cleaned, spray thyme oil through the vent system to kill any mold. You know, don't use air conditioning ever. You can do fogging. You can use a HEPA filter vacuum. You can just make sure that your house stays pretty dust free. You can also do breathing techniques, yoga, meditation, eat super clean, go ketogenic, get some earthing products. You know, look into your daily routines. Optimize your vagus nerve. All of these things are things that you can do to actually get better, even if you're still living in the moldy environment. You have control over the other things, and you have simple solutions that you can take to actually start to heal and get better. Okay, so thing number one is that you have the ultimate control, because it all starts in your brain. Meditate, practice mindfulness, and you literally will be turning off the inflammatory responses that are causing all your symptoms. I can't pound it into your heads enough. It's like, this is the main message about Enliven Wellness, is like, take it back, meditate, you know, breathe. Okay, I'm not saying it's the only thing, but it's one of the most powerful things. Okay, and then number two is that you clean up and tighten up around your other epigenetic factors and influencers, like diet, exercise, relationships, stress levels, joy, daily routines. Then thing number three is incorporate the simple solutions. Clean up your home to the best of your ability, potentially get some remediation if you can. Don't use your air conditioning. You know, exercise properly, eat well. Clean up your sleep hygiene. Optimize your vagus nerve. It's all there. Okay, it's amazing that you can take this back into your own hands. So, with that being said, I was really excited to make this video. I hope this was helpful. As always, if you'd like one-on-one coaching, email me down below and say I'm ready, and we will get you in and teach you more about these simple solutions that you can take and how you can optimize your environment and optimize your life so that you can thrive and live vitally, even if you're still living in the moldy environment and working in a moldy environment. It's possible. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for being part of this community. Share these videos on your social media, on mold groups. It's too frightening of a world out there. Let's bring in some light. So, thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.